She walks into the room and everyone thinks she has it all together. She's smiling, her hair looks good, she looks elegant, she's saying yes to the committee, she's saying yes to hosting the dinner, she's saying yes to the praise team. But at 10 p.m., when everyone has gone home, if you could sit with her, you would see her staring at the ceiling and asking, how could I have said yes to everything again? If that woman is you, I want you to stay with me at the end. Hi everyone, my name is Mirabel. My goal is to coach women over 35 on getting healed and whole to fulfill God's purpose. On this channel, every week, I will give you one practical thing that you can do to heal from your past so you can actually walk the walk that God has called you to. Not 20 steps, not 10 steps, just one. I want to describe a woman to you, and I want you to tell me in the comment section if you have ever met her. She's always volunteering. She's the first to come, the last to go. She's in the praise team. She's mentoring young women. She's always saying yes to the pastor. She's in the prayer team. At her job, her boss always depends on her. At home, she has everything together. But here's what no one sees. On Friday at 10 p.m., when the house is quiet, the dishes are done, everyone is asleep, she's sitting on her bed and crying. How did I actually say yes to everything again all the time? Because on paper, she looks good, she's bold, she's confident, she's a godly woman. But inside, she's exhausted. She feels like a fraud. If I have just described your life, hear me say this. You're not crazy. You're not a bad Christian. You have just been living a pattern for decades that no one has named it. And today, we are doing just that. Here's what most people get it wrong about people pleasing. They think it's about being nice, being kind. They think it's a personality trait. Oh, she's a giver. Oh, she's dying to serve. That is a lie that has kept so many of us, especially Christian women, stuck for decades. But let me tell you what people pleasing actually is. It is when somebody's discomfort is bigger than your integrity. I want you to catch that. Or when you're trying to seek validation in the wrong places. So your goal or your full-time job is to keep everyone happy regardless of how you feel. It is not that you care too much or you're too nice. It's just that along the way, probably from your childhood, you have learned that you're only safe when people are comfortable around you. So your nervous system has been wired to manage the feelings of others rather than honoring your yes or your no. And to be honest, it's not pleasing to God. Let me tell you how I have learned this the hard way. First, I will say that I have struggled with people pleasing for a better part of my life. There are times when I have given people money when I myself, I do not even have it, only because I was so uncomfortable in their discomfort and I wanted to please them, to belong in that relationship. But what I want to share with you was that there was a time ago, someone told me something really confidential and I knew I should not say it to another person. But because this other person was suspecting and asked me, I just blurted out. First of all, fear, and also because I thought I really needed the relationship. That day, I was looked at as a gossip. And another thing, trying to please somebody else's feeling. And I went and said something confidential. I betrayed a friend. And that was not a nice thing. I want to share a Bible verse with you. And the reason I'm doing this is because I don't want you to leave this place feeling ashamed, but I want you to feel seen and set free. Proverbs 29:25 says, the fear of man brings a snare, but whoever trusts in the Lord shall be safe. Circle the word snare. A snare is a trap that has been set for animals. It feels safe. It looks like a good path. But when you step on it, you can't go anywhere. Fear of man, fear of disappointment, fear of people leaving, fear of not belonging. That is not of God. The Bible is telling us plainly that the trap is not something that God has put for us. If you look at the life of Jesus, you will see that Jesus knew how to set limits. He knew how to walk away from the crowd. Jesus was never a people pleaser. And so if you are looking for permission to stop managing the perceptions or opinions of people, here it is. Jesus gave you that permission a long time ago. So if the word of God is clear, why do we still feel stuck? Here is why. Because knowing the truth and living it are completely two different things. And most of us were never taught how. We were taught the word, set boundaries, let your no be no, and then sent into a world who punishes women who do not perform. And here's the hardest truth. Some of the voices that makes you constantly saying yes rather than saying no, are from your church society, from your family, or the voices inside your head. And you have so become used to them that you do not even know the voice of God anymore. Hear me and hear me clearly. God is not the one constantly pushing you to say yes to everything. God is not the one that makes you feel guilty when you want to rest. The good shepherd makes you lie down in green pastures. He leads you beside still water. He restores your soul. That is the good shepherd that you and I are serving. If the voice you're hearing is exhausting you, making you feel like a fraud, sis, that is not the voice of your shepherd. I want to be honest with you about what will happen when you don't address this, because I have lived it. When you spend decades saying yes to people when you actually mean no, you begin to lose yourself. You even forget who you actually are or what you want. You start to resent the people you're serving because you're giving them from an empty cup. Your body begins to keep scores. The fatigue, the headache, the anxiety don't go away. And worst of all, you start to miss your calling or your purpose, because God cannot call you forward when you keep on saying yes to everything. Your yes can actually become your no to Him. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you one thing that you can do this week. Not 10 steps, not 20, just one thing. Here's your one thing for this week. When somebody asks you something, I want you to look at them and say, let me get back to you. Yes, 5 words. Let me get back to you. Do you know why? That's it. Not yes or no. Let me get back to you. And here's why it works. People pleasers answer on reflex. Before our mind could even think about it, our mouth has already said yes. We need to break that reflex this week. We need to create a space between the request and your response. Because in that space, that is where God can actually speak. That is where your yes or no actually lives. So this week, you are not practicing saying no. You're practicing to take a pause. Let me get back to you. Then ask yourself, if I say yes, what am I saying no to? My assignment to God, my rest, my family? And then come back with your answer. No reflex, no fear, no nervousness. Your answer. And your yes will be your yes, or your no be your no. Isn't that amazing? That one sentence practice this one week can rewrite everything in your life. Try that. I want to leave you with this. You are not a bad Christian. You are not a bad woman. You are just a woman whose nervous system has been wired for so long to say yes when she actually means no. You are about to untrain that, 1 week at a time. In the next video, I am going to get deeper, because I want to tell you why this pattern is so hard to break, why it is something deeper, why it can be even something generational, that it is not about willpower. Before you go, drop a comment below and tell me the one place where you will be practicing let me get back to you. I will be reading the comments and praying for you by name. Stay blessed.